Hello everyone, today I'm gonna be creating a language translator in HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So basically you can pick two languages. The first one will be the one you are using. And let's use English and translate to, for example, what language is good? Something that a lot of people know. Spanish maybe, I don't know. Where is Spanish? There it is. Okay, let's say, how are you today? Translate it. ¿Cómo estás hoy? And then we can also copy the text. We can say it out loud. Okay, the Spanish doesn't seem to work. And not the English one neither anymore. Okay, well. Yeah, anyways, this is how this is going to work. You can also swap the languages vertically, like this. And yeah. Anyways, let's go and start creating this. I hope I can get these running. I guess I can. Alright. Okay, here we are. I have my HTML, CSS and JavaScript files. So let's create the syntax first, so you can write in an exclamation mark and press tab. The name is going to be a language translator. Alright. And then I have a couple of links to do. So link, relationship, style sheet, and href. This is gonna be a Google API. Oh no, not Google API. This is gonna be for a script. But before we do this, I gotta do the style.css linking. So now we have our style sheet, then a script, and the source will be this. There we go. And let's close this. I'm also gonna open this over here in live server. And there we go, pretty much. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start creating this. So let's see. Yep. I should have everything. So let's first create a div with the class of container. Inside we'll have another one with a wrapper, and then one more, and the class on this one will be text input. Alright, then we are going to create a text area. The spell check will be false, which indicates that the element should not be spell checked. So false. And the class will be from text. And why not add a placeholder as well? So placeholder, enter text to be translated. Okay. And then we will say enter text. Alright. Let's see what we have. We have this very simple text box. Or text area, shall I say. Okay. After that, I want an unordered list. This is going to be a list of different buttons. The buttons in the center, like the switch button, the language buttons and stuff like that. So yeah, the class will be controls and then a list item or with the class of row from, two classes. Then I need a division, and this is gonna say icons. And now this is going to be the middle part of our project. So inside of here, I'm gonna be using these icons that I linked in earlier. So I'm gonna say ION icon ID from name volume medium outline. Alright. Then the same one to here, but the name will be copy outline. Okay. So yeah, there we go with that. So basically we are going to get a volume icon and then a copy icon from that one. Then we gotta create a select list. So we will exit the first div and create another one. Actually we don't have to. We can just put the select inside of here. And for now the select list will be empty because we are going to fill that up with JavaScript. Alright? Alright. Now we'll add one icon though. Icon name is gonna be swap vertical. There we go. And by the way, before I go and do that, I gotta close this list item, and then create a new one. Alright. So we have a div with the class of icons. Underneath we have an empty select list. Then we get it out from the row, for the first column, I guess you could say. And then we go to the second one. Okay, this one is gonna have the class of exchange. We don't need any content inside of there. And in here we are going to say let's see. Let's save. Okay. So it looks like that right now. These are the icons I was talking about. So let's say list item, and let's say the class will be row and 2. Then another select list, this is gonna be the other side, and then a div section with the class of icons. Then 2, and the name will be volume medium outline. And then this is gonna be 2 again, and the name will be copy outline. There we go. And I accidentally put double N's over there. Alright, that's okay. Then we have to get out of the div section the list item. Wait a moment. Nope, I have the correct amount. There's one. There's 2. Let's see. So list item class row from then yes, that's correct. Then list item class exchange. Yep. So exchange, then we get the icon. We have a row 2, an empty select list, then the division with the icons. Yep. Alright, and after this, by the way, this one needs to be what's going on right now? Get the unordered list. That is closed. We are missing a closing element. Oh my gosh. Was that it? Okay. Well, if it was, that's good. Let's see. Okay, I don't see anything bad going on. Okay, let's go ahead and we also have a closing for the unordered list. Yep. I'm gonna create a text area. So here we go. Text area. The spell check equals false. This is read-only, disabled, and the class will be toText. And the placeholder will be your text translation. Okay. There we go. Then we exit a couple of div elements. Let's see. Okay, so DevTools is a really good place to check these out. Okay. Got the SVGs, the empty selects, div element, unordered list. Okay. Alright, let's continue. I'm gonna go and create a button over here that says translate. Alright. So yeah, it's starting to look like something. Alright. Next up, we can pretty much go on to the CSS. So yeah, I'm gonna link the script file. The source is index.js. And I think we already linked the script file up here. I mean style sheet, which we did, yes. Alright, let's start with the CSS. So first I'm gonna take all the elements, padding 0, margin 0, box sizing, border box, and font family, Poppins. Oh yeah, and I am going to need a Google font, by the way. So yeah, let me get that. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, so we gotta do an import URL, and there we go. Alright, after poppins we're gonna have that one with a capital, then and last a cursive, and lastly sans serif. Okay, let's apply the styles. Alright, we already got the font we want. Then let's go and let's select the body and use the flex box, align items, center, and justify content, center. Alright, then padding will be 0 on the top and bottom and 10 on the left and right. Minimum height 100 viewport height units, and the background color, there we go. Alright, that's a pretty cool one. Then I'm going to go and take the container. So yep, container, and maximum width will be 700 pixels. Let's set the width to be 100%. Border 4 pixels solid. So yeah, that's a good sized container. I can get rid of the border. Instead, I'm gonna add padding, 30 pixels. Background color will be FFF. I wanna use HSL. There we go. Then border radius will be 1 rem. Box shadow will be 0036 minus 5. And the color, this one. Alright. Let's save and take a look. Oh yeah, it is glowing. Wonderful. Okay, after the container, I'm gonna take the wrapper. So yep, it basically has almost everything inside except for the button. So yeah. I'm going to take the wrapper, and then let's add a border radius 5 pixels and a border 1 pixel solid CCC. Let's see. Okay, a slightly grayish border. Okay, that definitely had an effect. Alright. Then wrapper and text input. The display will be a block level element. Alright. So now if we go to DevTools, these are going to be block level elements, these here. So yeah. Everything inside text input. Okay, that's good. And then let's take the text input and to text class. the border radius will be 0, and then the border on the top will be 1 pixel solid, and the same HSL value, which is 0, 0% and 80%. Alright. After that, that's it for this one. Then we are going to go and take the text dash input, and we're gonna take the text area, and let's say that the height will be 250 pixels. Alright. And the width will be 100% of its parent container. Alright. Maybe I can put these side by side. I guess that's okay. I mean, yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and remove the border. Outline will be none. Alright. And we can still resize. So let's set the resize to be none. Okay, now we cannot do that anymore. Alright, then font size 18 pixels. That's good. Background none. Padding 10 by 15. And border radius 0.3 rem. Alright. There we go. Alright. Okay, let's go and continue. So after the text area, let's get the placeholder. Oh, whoops. Text input, text area, and access the placeholder pseudo class, and the color will be B7B 6D6 6B6. Alright, and then we can really just go ahead and select a bunch of different items. So let's say controls, list items, icons, and icons. Actually, let's put these on individual lines. Controls, all the list elements, all the icons classes, and then all the icons classes that have the iron icon named element inside of them. Let's say display flex, align items, center, and justify content, space between. Alright. Or what about evenly? Or around? Well, we gotta check it out. But let's let it be like that for a while. Okay. Then let's take the controls The list style will be none. Padding, let's say 10 pixels by 15 pixels. And border top 1 pixel solid CCC. Okay. Then controls, row icons. And the width will be 38%. Then next up, we could take the controls, row, icons, and iron icon. And let's change the width of the icons to 50 pixels. The color will be 80, 80, 80. Alright, so that's kind of a slight gray. The font size will be 1.5 rem, maybe 1.75. Alright. And the cursor will be a pointer when we hover over them. So yep, seems to work. And then transition. So when we hover over these buttons, I want to have a transformation of 0.3 seconds ease. And justify content center. There we go. Alright, then controls, row from icons. Padding, right, let's set it to be 15 pixels, and border right will be 1 pixel solid CCC. Oh, I made a small little mistake. These need to be together. Alright, there we go, now we got that. So we are here. Let's find the row from. Alright, so it's basically the first item in the unordered list. So when we go to DevTools, all these buttons, they are actually just list items. As you can see, there we go. So we are on this one right now. Then we got these over here. So yeah, we selected the controls, the row from this one, and then went inside of the development with the class of icons, and now we have a border to the right over there, a slight dim border. Okay, then let's take the next one, which was row 2. So controls, row 2, icons. And padding right will be 15 pixels. And border right will be 1 pixel solid CCC. And now we have a border over there, but I think that should be to the left. Because this one is over here, so this other one should be directly to the other way. Come on. There we go. Alright. And this padding as well. There we go. Then let's select controls. Take the row and deselect items. So we are selecting these. All right. And the color, first of all, will be again 333. Actually, that's not the same that we have been using. 333 is not CCC. Border, none. Outline, none. Font size, let's say 18. Background, none. Padding left, 5 pixels. There we go. All right. So yeah. Then next we could select the controls, take the ion active, or I mean they take the active state of the icons, and when they are active we will we will transform their scale to 90%. Alright. Also, before that, we gotta take the controls and then the exchange button, which is this one over here. So exchange, and the color will be a little bit different. Not really. And the cursor will be a pointer. Font size 1.75 rem and transition 300 milliseconds. Ease and transform. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Let's take the container and did we have the the button? Yes, we do have the button inside of the container. Good. So container, and then we select the button. Let's make the width 100%. Padding 15 pixels, 14. I don't know, it doesn't matter. And then outline will be none. Border will be none. Color will be FFF. Cursor, pointer, background, color. There we go. And border radius will be, let's say, 0.25 rem. Okay, 35. 0.3. That's good. The font size could be like 1.5, 1.25, so 125%. And then margin top, let's say 20 pixels. Okay, so they are not all cramped in here. After that, we could go on to the media things. So let's say media maximum width is 660 pixels. So if the screen's maximum width is this, at least let's set the containers padding to be 20 pixels. Let's take the wrapper and the text input and flex direction column. Then let's take the text input and 2 text buttons, and the border left will be 0 pixels and the top will be 1 pixel solid CCC. Text input and the text area, the height will be 200 pixels. Then controls row icons. Now it's gonna be an inline flex display and a column direction. Let's take the container and the button. Padding will be 13 pixels. Font size 1.2. Then controls. All right. Controls and exchange. Font size 1.2 rem. All right, and then let's take the media screen and max width 1250 pixels. Let's take the container and zoom by 0.7. There we go. Okay. Yep. So now it's not anymore completely in the center all the time. So yeah. This is something we are done with right now. Next up is this part, the JavaScript. And I have a list, a long one. So this is going to be an object. We gotta say or create a constant of languages. Make it equal to an object, and this object will contain these. There we go. So these are going to be the languages inside of this object. So yeah. Okay. I guess though that's a pretty good amount of languages. All right. Anyways, up next we have to go ahead and let's go and create a constant for from text. Let's use document.querySelector and we'll take the class from text, from the text area. So from text. There we go. And then const to text equals, I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. So to text, document query selector to text. Then const exchange icon. The name, class was exchange. then select tag equals query selector and select icons let's take the class row and the iron icon over there, and then yep. After that, I'm going to go to a new line and let's say translate btn equals document dot query selector. This time we're only taking the button. Alright, add a comma. And then let's go over here and say select tag and use the for each. Yep. There we go. So select tag dot for each tag ID. Then we have an arrow function. Let's do a for loop. So for let language code in languages let selected ID 0 if it is there we go. So there's a couple of ternary operators. And then language code. Okay. So here we basically loop through all the languages that we have over here, and we set one or a few exceptions. So the first one will be English and the second one will be let's save that. But we gotta, of course, we haven't yet written the code to show these. Anyways, so we got the languages, we loop through these, and then we basically create the selected items or the select items over here. So yeah, because the first language with the ID of 0 is gonna be English and GB, Great Britain, that means the starting language is gonna be English. Then the second one is FA-IR, which is like Iran and Persian, or basically Persian language. And so that's going to be another default language. So yeah, English and Persian, they are going to be the default languages. All right. Then so basically, if the ID is 0, we ask if the language code is yeah. And there we go. All right. We are ready to continue. So let's continue over here and let's create an option. So let option equals, and this will be a template literal. So let's create an option and another option tag. So this is HTML written inside of JavaScript. Option, let's use a placeholder, a dollar and curly brackets. Let's get the ID, which is going to be selected, and then the value is going to be language code, and I'm going to need marks around this like that. So yeah, let option, then we create a bunch of option tags. So option selected, which whatever it will be, it has a value of the language code. And then we are going to insert, we're going to need this one. So yeah, by the way, remember to have a closing tag and an opening tag, and remember to have double or single quotes over here. Writing HTML in JS is a little bit more difficult. So we'll add a placeholder, languages, then straight brackets, language code. And there we go. And basically that is the HTML. All right. Then tag dot insert adjacent HTML before and into the option tag. All right. Let's see. I hope I have everything written down correctly. Anyways, I'm going to continue on. So, we have the... Is it okay if I zoom out a little bit? I hope so. So yeah, we have the from text and then the translate button. So let's go over here. I'm gonna take the from text, add event listener, and key up, then an arrow string. And we'll check if the value is not from text.value is not equal to an empty string. All right. Okay, I was wondering why am I getting an error, but it's because the query selector is looking for a class of toText, and over here I have written toTest. So yeah, now it shouldn't be giving a error anymore. Come on, reload. From text to text, from text. So if the from text dot value, all right. I'm gonna fix this code up a little bit, or not fix but clean. So if let's select it, ID is 0. Is the language code equal to this? There we go. And there we go. All right. Then let option. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's go and let's... Alright, did some cleaning up over here. And over here as well. Alright. Now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take the translate button, add event listener, for a click. Then we do this arrow function. So, by the way, the error that we are getting over here is because we don't have a comma. There we go. Yeah, now it's gone. Anyways, I'm gonna make, let's say, let text equals from text dot value dot trim, and then okay. So basically we'll get the translations, and if there's no text, we return when we have clicked the button. If there is, there we go. And now I'm gonna need an API. Alright, so this is going to be the URL that contains all the words. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. Actually, I can't. I straight up can't. So let's say API URL template literal, let's say HTTPS API my memory dot translated and then we need some placeholders. Okay, so we select the text and where to translate from to. Then we fetch the API URL. Okay. Okay, so then we get the translated stuff. Yep. There we go. And I have one extra of those in there. Actually, nope. Nope. I'm gonna need the brackets over here. And then... yeah, that's good. Alright, so yeah. Then we have one more thing to do. Exchange icon dot add event listener. When we click arrow function, let temp text, so that's like temporary text, equals from text dot value temp lang equals okay. So here we switch these values upside down. We can actually use the temp lang. There we go. So basically when we click the exchange icon, we take the language 1 and 2 and we save them in a temporary text and language variables, and we basically switch those around. So it's this middle button over here that I'm talking about right now. So yeah. Okay. Then I can add event listener. Yep. Sorry for being kind of quiet for now. I'm really trying to concentrate on this. Because there's a lot of new stuff even for me. I'm not a pro at this stuff, no way. So icons for each, add event listener, click, then there's a target. Okay, so we check if both of the text boxes are empty. If they are, we return. If they are not, then we enter here. We get the attributes, name, copy, outline. So yeah, the default name is copy outline. And I'm missing an N from there. Okay, and if the target's ID is from, oh my gosh, this is actually hard. Okay, for the previous hour I worked on this other file just to test this out, and then, or not hour, but for the previous, I don't know, 30 minutes. And then I found out over here that we have a uncaught type error, cannot read properties of null, reading for each. So yeah, I'm gonna continue this one in the next episode. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope that I'm gonna see you in the next one as well. And yeah, bye bye everyone, and have yourselves a wonderful day.